These are literally burned to the foundation. So this is the Pacific Palisades area, heading up towards Malibu. And what you'll see is that the damage, the devastation pretty much ended right before Malibu Colony, right before Pepperdine. So for those of you who are familiar with the area, the fire burned right up to Malibu Colony, right before Malibu Canyon Road. And that's sort of where it ended as far as the northwestern limit. But the devastation along here is just spectacular. This is the guy who shot the footage for Santa Monica Close-Up. And again, and then there's one house sticking out there that didn't get destroyed. And it's like, kind of crazy. All right, so let's go to the map and let's take a look at this devastation. And let's see, what we can learn looking at the map. So first off, for those of you who are not familiar with the area, let's just kind of let's get a baseline on the legend. What are we looking at? So this is the coastline of Southern California. The red dots, each one of these red dots is a house, a home that was destroyed. The black are homes that were not destroyed, and yellow and green are various stages of destruction, and that's all laid out here in the legend. So red is more than 50% destroyed. Orange is major, 26 to 50% destruction. Yellow is 10% to 25%, and green is affected, and black is no damage at all. If I scroll up here to the left, you see Pepperdine University. You see Malibu, the Malibu Colony. Malibu Colony Road down here. Let me switch the map over so you guys can see the satellite view. But the idea here is this is Pepperdine University. This is Malibu City Hall. Colin McEwen High School. There's a smaller school, like a school for younger kids here. Yeah, the elementary school, Webster Elementary School. So the high school, the Whole Foods, the Malibu City Hall, all that stuff is in here. This is Malibu Colony. And a lot of the movie stars have homes here in Malibu Colony, and this was spared. So this stuff did not burn. And it's important to understand sort of, the limits. Where did it go? Where did it not go? So as we work around the area here, let me bring in the satellite images. And you'll see that paint now. So here, this is the area that was not destroyed. So this is Malibu Colony. Now, as I go closer towards Pacific Palisades, we're getting towards the boundary of the fire and the destruction. And what we're going to be looking at together are these homes that were destroyed. Some were not. And right here is sort of the boundary. We're right here on the edge. And so let's take a look at this sort of this last house that was destroyed. And this is, let's see which house this is. Yeah, I'd say that looks pretty bad. So that's 22244 Pacific Coast Highway. 22244 Pacific Coast Highway. And that is pretty badly damaged. And that's the last house that was damaged. Now, it looks like there's 3 of them here that were damaged. Yeah, this is unbelievable, right? So that's the house next door. And you can also zoom to that location. All right, so now we're in in the mapping system, and it's showing you what these houses looked like before the fire. So these were, serious homes on the beach. And look at this giant one here. Look at this. This did not get destroyed. Let's take a look. Wow. So all the houses around this thing did not get destroyed. And in fact, up and down the road here, these did not. Okay, so let's zoom out again and see if we can. All right, so across the street here and up here, this was destroyed, this was destroyed, this was not. And this was destroyed. This looks serious. Look at this. Let's zoom to this one. Looks like they don't really want you zooming to it. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, this is pretty bad. That's gone. So this is up here in the hills. Let me go back to the satellite view. Oh, they turned the satellite view off. Wow. That is some estate, and it is gone. So, not sure whose that was, but it's gone. And then next door, this one's gone, this one's gone, this one's gone. So if it's red, it's gone. And these are some major homes up here. Yeah, this is serious property in Malibu, and it is just devastated. All right, so that's up here in the hills. Now you go up in these canyons. So this is Carbon Mesa. And you come up in here, and these homes were destroyed deep up here in the canyons. Some of them we have higher resolution. I mean, this is some serious stuff. And, this is a hell of an estate. Multiple dwellings on the estate. And if we click on it, we go to the photos. It's just gone. Just completely. I mean, the chimney is still standing, it appears. So the level of destruction here, and some of these homes that were, just leveled, just absolutely leveled. And you take a look at, what was here at one point. It looks like this is a water tank right here. It appears to be. And no damage. Let's take a look. Yeah, water tank. No damage to that water tank. So, not sure why the building right next to it burned down, but, All right, so we're back down here on the coastline, and we've got just home after home after home that was destroyed. Let's take a look at some of these photographs. Yeah, just absolutely wiped out. So that's what it looks like now. This is what it looked like before. We got to give Google a second to paint. There you go. So again, these are spectacular homes on the water with pools. I mean, this is, this is as nice as it gets. And they're all gone. Just one right after the other. Except for this one. This one had some damage. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, it's pretty serious damage. So I don't think he's too excited. And then down here, these are destroyed. Just destroyed. Now what happened to this gigantor up here? Look at the size of this place. This has got groves. Whose house is this? And did they mark this one? Carbon Canyon Road. They're not showing it burned down. Hard to say. This is destroyed. A couple of these survived here, some damage. And then up in here, these are just all gone. Gone. All along the coast here, up in the hill. Just all gone. All these red ones are gone. I'm looking for anything that's just jumping out at me. It's like a spectacular estate or something like that. Yeah, come up here. Take a look at some of these. So it's zooming in too far, and it can't support that. All right, so here's a property up here, and this looks pretty serious. Pretty serious property. We click on that. We click on the photo, and that's what's left of that now. Not much. This house was destroyed. This home. This looks like a pretty serious property. Yeah, it's gone. And then this. Look at the landscaping here with the terraced gardens and what have you. And that's gone. So the devastation here is really, something to speak of, and it's incredibly high-end properties. I mean, again, these are multi-million-dollar homes. At one point, I can't tell you who owned them. It's got tax assessor information, all that as well. But they're devastated. I mean, they're just completely gone. Let's go back down to the coastline. Yeah, I mean, this whole neighborhood is wiped out here. And look at these homes. These are some beautiful homes in here. And they are just wiped out. Rambla Orienta. Beautiful homes. And there's nothing there anymore. I mean, it's just literally gone. One after the other. They're just gone. This is just remarkable. It's kind of hard to fathom. Now, the other thing is this is in a mandatory evacuation zone right now. So you're not allowed to go to these areas. If you had stuff in your house and you want to go see if you can reclaim anything or anything like that, you're not allowed to do that. I mean, just gone. It looks like the house next door is still standing, which is weird. Yeah, so this one is still here. Somewhat. So hard to say how much damage there is. But it's just the scale of the damage and the sort of the level of the properties that were damaged here. As far as, again, these are multi-million-dollar homes. You can't get into this neighborhood for like less than $5 million. And so to see this level of devastation, they're going to rebuild every one of these? In other words, are we going to see construction crews just going hog wild, or is it going to look like Maui, where nothing's happening and nothing's being rebuilt? Very hard to say. You look at what these places looked like before, and you think about who owned them and how much money was tied up and the insurance payments and all that kind of stuff. Every one of these that's got a red one is gone. I mean, this is just absolutely gone, and this is a really nice place. It's devastated. So, one after the other. And then this one, what happened here? No damage. No damage. So a couple of these somehow just escape. Now, some people think that means that it's a directed energy weapon. I'm like, huh? What? No, it's just fires, organic, and some stuff burns and some stuff doesn't, and it's always that way. I mean, there's always going to be a house that's on the edge that catches on fire and a house that doesn't. And that's kind of what we're seeing here. A bunch of homes were destroyed, a bunch weren't. I don't think any of this is, selected or selective. Man, some of these homes are just crazy. No damage to this one. And then this one's wiped out. Gone. It's just, this is, there's nothing to salvage in these cases. And it's home after home after home that there's nothing to salvage. So this is all powered, by the way, by ESRI. So this is the mapping system that my team put together back in the late 1980s. And each one of these, I don't know if you guys can see these purple lines, but those are the plot lines. And so if you go to the county assessor's office or whatever and you want to build on this plot, it's all in ESRI. That's how they track all this stuff. Let's zoom out a little bit and see what other areas are heavily damaged. Yeah, I mean, look here along the coast. I mean, it's every home. And up here in this neighborhood, I mean, it's every house. It's every one. They're just all gone. One after the other, which is just, I know that Kanye's Tadeo Ando house was not destroyed. So that was not, but look at all these homes were destroyed. Look at the size of this one up here. Right, so look at the size of this house compared to each one of these. And each one of these down here, I'm telling you, none of these are less than $5 million. To have a house on the beach and, along this strip, this is as exclusive as it gets in California. Living on the beach. I mean, it may not be Malibu proper, but if you've got one of these homes, it's like saying I live in Malibu, and they consider this partially damaged. So that's partially damaged. Okay, that's 19728 Pacific Coast Highway. 19728 Pacific Coast Highway. Here's the house next door, and they got a lot of photos here. They took, so they went inside here. So there's water damage, fire damage on the interior of this house. Oh yeah, that's not good. And so they're going to make an assessment of how much damage was done to this property. Zoom out a little bit. This is Pena Road, and right outside Pena Road, all these houses here are destroyed. Let's wait for this to finish painting. So right outside of Pena Road, all those homes burned. And then we continue to go further south and east, and this whole community here just devastated. Let's take a look. I mean, look at all these homes. This entire community, and it appears they've got their own water tanks. And I don't want to get into it, but they've got their own water tanks. So, but just house after house after house, they're all gone. Everyone that's got a red thing on it is gone. This is a stunning loss. And then you've got these guys in here with no damage. Like this guy is sitting in the middle of all these homes with no damage. Now, is that because he knew a guy? I don't think so. Looks like his house is made out of concrete. Concrete houses probably don't catch on fire as much as the other houses do. So, note to self, if you're going to go live in California, concrete construction might be the way to go. So look down here. You see a mix of homes that burned and homes that didn't. Homes that have some damage, homes that have no damage, and homes that are destroyed right next to each other. And then these homes here didn't burn in this canyon here. Let's zoom out and see what we've got. So it looks like a dividing line. Then over here in this community, a bunch down by the ocean, they were burning. Then look what's going on up here. All the way up into this canyon. I mean, this is unreal. All these homes are gone. All the way up here. All the way up. Let me get rid of the satellite image so I can read what roads were on here. This is Piedra Morada Drive. Piedra Morada Drive. And this is off of Palisades Drive. So Palisades Drive is sort of the main road here. And look at all these homes that are just completely wiped out. Let me bring the satellite image back. I mean, just devastated. This entire community is gone. I mean, if your house is one of the houses that didn't burn, where are you going to go move back in when this is what's sitting next door to you? Is that? and you say, come on, kids, we got to get back to school. I mean, this is a devastating scenario. I mean, there's nothing left of these houses. And you're talking about an entire community, one after the other after the other. I mean, it's tough for neighbors to help neighbors when all the neighbors are, it's gone. Let's see what roads we have here. This is Temescal Canyon Road. So right off of Temescal Canyon Road, this whole community here, Haverford, Via de la Paz, Carthage Street, Mount Holyoke Avenue, the whole community's gone. All these homes. There's nothing left of it. I think this is what Trump was saying when he said, look, it looks like a nuclear weapon went off. I mean, that there's just absolutely nothing left here. So really devastating to see this. I mean, this is, I'm trying to put it in perspective for people and for people to understand it, and to also understand that, this is, probably not laser weapons from space. This is 75-mile-an-hour winds. And just like what we saw in Hawaii, it doesn't take much when there's 75-mile-an-hour winds to turn a small fire into a real bad scenario. We watched that video clip of the kids hiking up in the hills and, the fire starting. And it obviously didn't take much. In fairly short order, there was a tremendous amount of damage here. So this is the area that was mostly destroyed. This is the Palisades fire. There's a whole nother fire that went on over by Pasadena. It's a different area. It was like, to get to Pasadena from here is like a big trip. It's like you drive all the way up here. I mean, it's a major deal to get to Pasadena. So that fire wasn't near this fire. Those are like two completely different locations. But this fire, I mean, the level of devastation here is really remarkable, all the way up into the hills. This is the San Vicente Reservoir that was emptied 2 years ago. So had this reservoir been full, it's likely that the fire hydrants would have had water and the firefighters could have fought the fire. That's sort of the whole premise of firefighting, is based on the use of water. So the whole idea of fire trucks, firefighters, and all that, it comes down to hoses, and in those hoses they use water. And if there's no water, the whole firefighting concept kind of goes out the window. There's not much these guys can do without water. And this is where they were supposed to be keeping the water, and there was no water there. And therefore the hydrants ran out of water, and homes that are right around the corner from this reservoir burned to the ground because there was no water at the hydrant. So that's kind of tragic. And the woman in charge of that was making $750,000 a year. It was stunning, spectacular, right? I mean, I'm kind of in shock from that. So I thought I'd share this with you. I hope you find this interesting. This is the Palisades Fire Damage Map, built in the ESRI ArcInfo ArcGIS tool. I'm John Cullen. Thanks for joining, Hypothetically Speaking.
Every time you come around, you know I can't say no. Every time the sun goes down, I let you take control. I can feel the paradise before my world implodes. And tonight had something wonderful. My bad habits lead to late nights, sitting alone, conversations with a stranger I barely know, swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I Every pure intention ends when the good times start. Falling over everything to reach the first time spark. It started under neon lights and then it all got dark. I only know how to go too far. My bad habits lead to late nights and in alone conversations with a stranger I barely know. Swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use or do. My bad habits lead to white eyes staring into space, and I know I lose control of the things that I say. Yeah, I was looking for a way out, now I can't escape. Nothing happens after two. It's true, it's true. My bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. We took the long way round and burned till the fun ran out. Now my bad habits lead to late nights and in alone conversations with a stranger I barely know. Swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use or do. My bad habits lead to white